The Black Swan Media Studios, deep inside a secret underground bunker. We're speaking to freedom-loving patriots from all around the country and the world. Welcome to the Resistance. This is John Crump, live.
And we are back. I see a bunch of channel members out there, including Ron Bear, ADXR920. And if you want to join, you can always hit that join button. You can also donate subs or whatever. They don't call them subs here. They call them subscribers. I don't know. Members. That's what they're called. Today, we have an interesting show, and we have our co-host, Flying Rich.
Crumpy!
I'm really mad at Century Arms, but we'll get into that in a second.
Are we doxing Century Arms? We're going to air their dirty laundry?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey, just because you broke your AP5, my AP5 and Dark's AP5 are just fine.
Yeah, well, it came pre-broken from the factory.
It came pre-broken?
Yeah, I'm not going to freaking sit around and wait for them.
I'm wondering if mine's broken and waiting.
It might be. I don't know, man. I definitely do not know. Check it. But let's go ahead and bring our guest on. Paul from Legally Armed America. How are you doing?
Oh my God, it's Paul from Legally Armed America.
If no one can guess from the actual whatchamacallit.
Thumbnail?
Yeah, the thumbnail. Okay. So what do you want to give in? Trigger discipline or the Century first?
Oh, let's do Century since you dished that.
How are you doing? Tell people who you are. I'm sure everyone knows who you are. But
yeah, because nobody knows this guy.
Yeah. I'm just the guy, man. I'm just the guy that y'all reached out to. Rich didn't have anybody better to be on y'all's show today, so he reached out to me at the very last minute, and I'm happy that I could fill in as a scrub. I hope that I can fill that position like a normal scab would be, and in this kind of condition. But let's see if I can meet the meter here.
Yeah, I'm just a dude. Playing another dude who's playing another dude.
That's right. The beauty of it is when you know you're not the first choice, it's actually not that bad.
So, no, I don't think you have any choices actually.
I'm just picking.
No, you are. You are the first choice.
I don't deal with any of that stuff. That's all.
No, in all honesty, Paul, to be completely serious, one, you're welcome anytime. Two, you would always be my first choice if I knew you were available.
What was he your second choice?
See?
I didn't. No, I'm like, hey, this is. I'm talking to Crump. I'm like, hey, this one, not sure, hasn't gotten back to me. It's like, call Paul. I'm like, okay.
You are my first choice, Paul. Okay.
Thank you, John.
So you're one of our first choice.
Okay.
First, I want to show you guys something.
Damn.
This was actually tweeted out by the Houston field office of the ATF. And I like to call it how to shoot your dick off with an open bolt machine gun.
I
can't wait to see this already.
There you go.
Can you zoom in a little more, John? Or?
Yeah.
Enhance.
Actually, every time I enhance,
so what was immediately obvious to me is not one muzzle is facing downrange. I'm like,
well, they probably have an intern there. There's an intern there, I'm sure, that said I checked all the guns, right?
Dude, the dude's loading an open bolt machine gun. While it's pointing at his junk.
Oh man!
Every firearm is Pointing towards pink portals, yeah.
What's scary is that's 2 hours from me, so that's probably who would be visiting me.
And
of course, they'll never make it here, I guess.
And no one looked at the picture and said, "Hey, man, might
right.
This out."
Well, that's actually a really good point, John. Nobody followed up and said, "Hey, guys, let's pull that down." Is it still up? Where you found it on there? Is it their Twitter?
It was on their Twitter, yeah. I saved it. I screenshotted the tweet and saved it just because I know, like the second people start hammering them, they're probably going to delete it.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, at least did they also say, happy, International Dog Day or something like that, or pet a puppy, rescue a dog?
No, I just asked them, are they training to, or what calibers they use and what canines?
Maybe he has a dog in his pants.
Maybe. I just think, dude, these guys are. I don't know.
Look, I've gotten crap at ranges where I open the gun case, and if the firearm isn't facing down range, they make me close the gun case, turn it around, so when I take the gun out, it's facing down range.
So you don't point a submachine gun at your dick?
You mean open bolt submachine gun?
Do you know how
these guys are pros, though? Yeah, they're experts, though.
I mean, that's dangerous as hell. That gives me the creeps just looking at it.
What is the statistic of ATF agents shooting themselves?
Remember the ATF agent that shot himself in the schoolroom?
Oh, that was my favorite. Ain't nobody can use a 10mm except me. I'm specially trained. Boom.
What do you say? I'm probably gonna lose my job over this.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, let me show you the machine gun. Kids are like, no, put it away, put it away.
No, he said, I'm the only one qualified to have this gun in here. Then he shoots himself.
Yeah, it's like, is it empty? Is it empty? It's like, guy didn't even look. Yeah, it's empty. Shoot yourself with it. That's the standard. Like, when I first got into guns, when I was getting my carry permit, that's the video they showed me.
Chris Shoemake is out there. I haven't seen him in a while.
Hey, Chris.
And
what would Alec Baldwin do?
Yeah.
He'd claim he doesn't know who pulled the trigger on that, but he wants them arrested.
Well, it wouldn't be aimed at his junk. It'd be aimed at the guy next to him.
All right.
Matt, I got to give that guy credit. He took a 10 mil to the foot and was still ready to continue on with the program.
He's probably in shock, dude. Rich is throwing up. Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's probably in shock. One thing, Putang. I guess he's Putin now. Putin. Very good. Putin. Here is. I haven't put it on yet, but here it is. Of my getting an optic.
I mean, I could show you mine, but we'd end the stream immediately. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, I mean, if you just see, hold on, that part of it.
There you go.
Yeah, I got my mediator here, which is great. Okay, guys. So that is one of the things I wanted to talk about. Another thing I wanted to talk about is I have an AP5 from Century Arms, and the magazine falls out when you shoot it. So
usually it only happens to what, Keltec, RTBs with plastic mags?
Yeah, well, this happens with the metal mags. Apparently, the mag catch, the one I got, is a few millimeters shorter than what it's supposed to be. So
I'm shocked that because John called me on the way to the gun store, and within minutes they already knew what the problem was.
Well, no, they just like popped it off and was like, oh yeah, right here. Look. I bought and it wasn't minutes for like an hour, but I bought an extra magazine catch kit from Zenith Arms.
You mean the good company that makes knockoffs?
Yeah, and they compared, and it's like, this is short.
Yeah. So both Crump Dark and I, actually all of us, Crump Dark and I, all got the AP5Ms, which is really an MP5K clone.
Nice.
I love that thing. That thing is fantastic.
So when you fire it, it rotates in the magazine.
Well, maybe that's like a prototype new safer gun.
Yeah, that's California compliant.
Right. Just in case you have a magazine, maybe your magazine can hold more rounds, so by default it just drops the magazine, so you can't shoot it again.
Maybe you can get like 1 or 2 shots, and with the binary in there, it's gonna fall out.
Oh gosh,
like gone.
You have the binary. Oh wait, both you and Dark got the binary for that.
Mm-hmm. Man.
So here's what I have to do to get a binary, because I live in Florida. I can't put a binary trigger in my pre-existing gun, but I can buy a gun with a binary trigger in it. So I could trade my gun for Dark's gun, and he can put a new trigger in his gun.
Dude, it's like masturbation on a plane. It's not illegal. It's just highly discouraged.
Paul, I'm sorry.
Well, there's a lot going on planes these days too, by the way. Jeez.
You know, NASA's funding a study on sex in space.
Say that again?
NASA's funding a study of how to have sex in space.
I'm not sure if I should talk. A little bit
more useful than some of the studies that they actually have out there.
Well, did they do shrimp on a treadmill in space? Or
no? At first, I was like, because like if we become a spacefaring civilization, have to go, blah blah blah, whatever, go to Mars, I don't know, whatever. But at first, I was like, man, that's a waste of money. You just, and then I started to think about it.
Wait, hold on. Can we pump the brakes here? Are you telling me it's never happened before?
Apparently, the NASA says it's never happened, and they have a good reason.
Hold on. Can we one more thing? Do you know the scientist that discovered sperm?
Okay, no.
What was he doing 2 minutes before that stuff got on the slide?
Okay, well, here, right? Think about it, right? Sex in space, right?
Well, what you jump in the sleeping bag that's stuck to the wall that you normally jump in, just 2 of you.
Yeah, but you gotta think about Newton's laws, right?
The little guys already swim.
No, what stays in motion? What's in motion stays in motion. Unless unless there's an outside force, right?
Right.
So gravity and everything. So when you pull back, you're gonna keep on going back.
Wrap a bungee cord around your waist
until you come back, and it's gonna be very, very, very slow.
Bungee cords.
Zero gravity. Even if you're in.
No, that's why, dude. We got arms. We got arms, man.
It's still gonna be.
Unless the girl is so big you can't get your arm.
No, it's still gonna be really hard.
If you wrap bungee cords around both of you together, once you come together.
Apparently,
there's also this thing called crazy glue.
Apparently, according to NASA, it's like impossible in 0G gravity. So they're trying to figure out a way to.
Oh, there's astronauts going, frick, been there, done that, got the T-shirt.
I don't think so.
Hell yeah.
I honestly believe that it probably never happened.
I'm highly disappointed if that's.
There's probably an unofficial club that we just don't know about. I'm sure that.
Yeah, like the Mile High Club. Yeah. So a buddy of mine has a plane like mine. I'm like, dude, it's kind of like, what is the car? The Saturn. What is the super small Saturn sports car, or the Pontiac Solstice? Same car.
Yeah.
The way you sit in my airplane is almost like a Pontiac Solstice.
Would it be the Farman Line Club?
Yeah. Well, it would almost be impossible to have any extracurricular activity in my plane. And my buddy who has a plane like mine, he's like, "Oh yeah, I've done it." I'm like, "Wait a second. Wait, how did you do that?" He's like, "I was all alone."
No, but what they call it the Carmen Line Club.
Carmen Line Club.
The Carmen Line. You know what the edge of space is called, right?
The official, unofficial beginning of space.
Yeah, no, it's called the Carmen Line.
Because Carmen Miranda got lost there.
Oh no.
Why is it called the Carmen Line? I don't even know.
You don't know. It's not named after a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Paul, so you happy you're here?
Yeah. This is great. I didn't. That's why I asked you what the topics were. Now, see why you weren't willing to tell me.
We don't plan this crap. We have no clue what we're gonna do.
Yeah, it's 100 kilometers. Is the Carmen Line. So there you go.
I mean, there's still atmosphere, but it's like super negligible.
I mean, there's atmosphere like way out there, dude. Where satellites are, there's atmosphere.
Yeah, usually just a hydrogen atom or two.
Yeah, but that's still atmospheric. Well, low or I'm not talking about like high or I'm talking about like Starlink.
Mm-hmm.
There's trace gases there.
So what I've was curious about is, have any Starlink satellites collided with anything yet?
No.
That just seems highly improbable.
Why? Well, the Earth's flat. Oh, there's that.
We all know the Earth is not flat because cats would have knocked everything off it.
You're dumb. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't know. If you're arguing with flat earthers, that sounds pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah. Did you ever see the Paul? I don't know if you've seen it, but there was these flat earthers, and they set up this experiment to prove that the Earth was flat, and so they shot like a beam of light, and they went like miles away, and they're like, "Well, if the Earth is flat, then we're not going to be able to see it," and they're like, "We can't see it." So they're like, well, if the Earth is flat, if we go 6 feet up, we'll be able to see it. They went 6 feet up, they saw it. And then they started coming up with these alternative theories of
why, yeah.
Of why. Instead of like, well, how about the Earth is not flat?
Right, exactly.
Change everything right there. It's kind of like the ATF. They're just dumb.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back on the gun. Sorry about that.
Can you FOIA how many ATF agents shoot themselves or each other each year?
I don't know. I still like the one where the ATF agent got beat up.
Got beat up?
All right, he got taken down. He got tased and stuff by the cops. He went to the guy's house. And you know what I'm talking about in Columbus? And the guy called the cops on him, and the cops are like, "Get down!" Because he had a gun. He's like, "I'm a federal agent." They get down.
Oh yeah.
Blah blah blah. They tased him. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one. You seen the video that came out, I guess, late last night about the newest FRT confiscation attempt?
Yeah, you want to talk about that? We can talk about that because everyone has it wrong. But let's go ahead and talk about it.
Well, I'm only taking it from what Reno May's
yeah, he's wrong.
Video was. I mean, he says he's got the information from the guy that
the guy lied to him.
The guy lied.
No, what actually happened is Rifle Remedy 2000. I covered this case ad nauseum. I did a lot of research into it. I got sources at the Houston ATF office because the ATF office is the one that runs the operation of Rifle Remedy Austin, which is kind of funny because that's the branch that took the picture. But I digress. But the guy, all the information they got from Rifle Remedy was from Rifle Remedy's sales records. So they didn't get anything from Gunburger. It was from Rifle Remedy's sales records.
And
So,
Rifle Remedy
are we talking
is
about
still
the same
selling.
video?
Yes.
Okay, so then how did they get the records that this guy says he did not buy an FRT?
Well, they raided
lied.
Rifle Remedy, and he was on the sales records.
He's okay. Well, there's definitely conflicting information out there because the guy says he's never bought anything on Gunbroker. The one that just got,
and that's what I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone, if he didn't buy something, someone used his name and address.
yeah. I mean, I suppose that could be.
I mean, if he honestly didn't buy anything, someone used his name and address. I'm not saying that he's lying. I'm just saying that his name and address is on that list.
And maybe somebody created a separate account because according to Reno May, the guy sent him his login information and he logged into his Gunbroker account and said there were no transactions in there. Now, I don't have a Gunbroker account, so I can't speak to that. I don't know if you can go delete prior history or something like that.
You can't, but you can create a new account.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible. That's what that is. Regardless, I have a video coming out on that. So it's if you want to give me a follow-up, I'll be happy to
it did not come from his search history. Plus, I know search history. I know how that shit works. Rich knows how that shit works. And it's not how it works. I'm willing to. I'd be willing to bet every penny I have in my bank account. That's how confident I am.
So what do you think happened?
I think he bought something, or someone bought something with his name and address.
Oh. Well,
they got it from Rifle Remedy's list. I know that for a fact. His sales list.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I didn't cover it.
Well, I cover it to put the news out there and put the word out there. That's all. I mean, I'm not trying to prove them right or wrong because I have no way of knowing. So that's why I'm putting it out there because it's interesting to see. And no matter what, regardless of the situation behind it, why is the ATF going door to door on this crap still anyway? I mean, this is the biggest stupid. You talk about a witch hunt. This is the stupidest thing in the world. What if this guy did have a FRT? So what?
Yeah.
Why aren't they going after everybody that's bought an FRT? Because if they have, I mean, do you honestly think that there are hundreds of people out there who just aren't saying the ATF came to their house? What have we seen? 3 videos of people coming looking for FRTs? Maybe 4. What about all the other ones out there? Why is the ATF choosing just these couple of people? Or are they going after every single one and we just haven't heard about it? Do they do one every 3 months? You know what I mean?
They have a list of 3,000.
So, okay, great. That's my point. What about the other 2,900?
That's just from Rifle Remedy.
Yep, I get that.
And they have all the WOT buyers too.
But is this like a situation where, let's say, if you're a landscaper and you don't have any yards to cut today, you go pull weeds instead because that's a filler job? Did they say we don't have enough people to harass today, ATF? Go talk to one of those people that might have an FRT. So why aren't they going after everybody? Why only 3 or 4? Or
they're not. They're every single person on that list of 3,000 people from Rifle Remedy will get a visit. Every single person.
So that would be what, in the year 2050 that they would finish that at this rate?
Probably, but every single person is getting visited.
Interesting. That should be interesting to watch that unfold over the years.
Every single person that bought a WOT is getting visited too from BDU. BDU told me, Tony McKnight told me that they didn't turn over any information to the ATF. They have no clue how they got their information. But they do have their information.
Oh, I believe that. I mean, that I don't dispute.
So,
I just wonder, I mean, I run a business. I don't know how you can trickle out that kind of, if your goal is to confiscate let me use their phrase. We're trying to protect the public, right? This is for public safety. We're trying to confiscate FRTs in the name of public safety. So we confiscate one every 4 months.
But they're doing a lot more than one.
Yeah, I would have to see proof of that, because I think people would put the word out there. I don't think anybody.
Yeah, Paul, I probably get about 5 or 6 emails a day from people because I covered it.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
I think not everybody has a Ring doorbell video. Think about all of the things that go on, but you don't hear or see about it because there's not video to go along with it. That's just how we consume. I
hear the words y'all are saying. If the ATF were going out there and there was a barrage of visits, if there were, John, if there were 5 a day, I think we would. Wouldn't we hear more about it? Are people that scared of the ATF or nobody's speaking out about it?
Yeah. Well, they're not only going door to door. Most of the contacts are being done through certified mail. So it depends on the actual field office. Most of the field offices have chosen just to send out mail.
So the interesting thing
in the name of public safety.
Yeah.
Right. Is the FRT case, in comparison to Matt Hoover's CRS Firearms, they handled the FRT case civilly, which we know this thing works and allows you to shoot rapidly, but instead of locking people up. Yeah, the FRT there, or rare breed FRT.
It pushes your finger forward, and you get to pull it really, really rapidly.
So they're handling this civilly, but now, in Matt's case, I think they had 4 witnesses, so 4 people they turned up with auto key cards. It seems like they're going to a lot more doors with this FRT, which is kind of interesting. So in one way, they're dealing with it civilly, but it seems like another way, they're trying to get many more purchasers and trying to flip them.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the rifle remedy thing, I'm
so, which earlier in the day I'm talking to John. I'm like, hey, is there a Reddit list where everybody says don't buy from Rifle Remedy on Gunbroker?
Well, he's not selling them anymore. He's been selling them for a while.
Yeah.
No, but just there was. Anything.
But there was. Reddit did have. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
His parents are high powered attorneys, like for like his dad is like chief legal counsel for Texas Instruments, which I didn't even know was around anymore, but apparently it is. I guess they're still making graphing calculators. I have no idea.
Well, TI made the first microprocessor.
Yeah, but that was 70s.
Probably, yeah.
So, it's, what I can have a graphing calculator on my freaking phone. I could also have ChatGPT do my homework, but yeah, I do not believe it. Yeah.
Crap, you playing Call of Duty? What's going on there?
No. There is a secret text group. Check Signal, Paul.
I got it.
How come I'm not on that secret?
Because it's not my list.
Mine's just not.
Oh, I know what list that is then.
Yeah, it's not my list. I know, but I just don't. I mean, I know the guy. It wasn't from a search history. The guy's name is on a sales list from Texas. I mean, all the rifle remedy thing came from. It's all a list that was propagated months ago to the different branch offices. And they are doing visits. I get a lot of emails a day. Most of the people are just, here's the problem. Most of the people just turn it over and they don't want any trouble. So they just hand it over, sign a forfeiture document. I have tons of forfeiture documents. And they're just happy not to go to jail.
Who was the guy? It was one of our viewers. Nick, yeah. Nick, where the ATF came to his door because he bought a couple of shotguns at a gun show and had a fluid trap or something.
No, Nick bought a rifle, was rifle remedy guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So he bought a fluid trap from Rifle Remedy?
Yeah.
And the ATF's like, we know what you're doing it. We're going to use it for. We'll catch you. He's like, yeah, watch out for my dog.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. We're just trying to do the right thing, like you did in Waco. Ruby Road.
I love how they use that in the name of public safety. That blows my mind, and people fall for it every time.
Yeah, in the name of public safety, yeah, whatever. I mean, they're just a bunch of jackbooted thugs.
Yep.
And I have to say to that is more dangerous freedom, please.
I say it all the time, and I'll say it again. Why aren't they actually going to these areas where they know they could find something? Do they really want to monitor and control Glock switches? Or if they do, I can give them 5 places where I know they can find them. Like
Chicago?
right now. Right. That's number 1.
Most street corners in Chicago. North Baltimore.
I mean, that would be
After 10
legitimate
p.m.?
public safety. I mean, it would still be unconstitutional, but still it would be in the name of public safety because there's a long list of people who have been shot with those things.
So when the conviction came down, the jury decision came down for CRS firearms, the ATF posted that this is part of their Operation Safe Streets to remove and keep, deadly illegal machine guns off the streets.
Yeah.
It's like, The only place one of those things was at the ATF headquarters, so not sure what you're doing in the streets.
Yep.
Yeah.
How's he doing, John? CRS.
He's hanging in there. He's in good spirits, actually.
Okay.
Which is surprising me. He's teaching everyone in prison or in jail, actually, he's not in prison, but in jail about the gospel of brewing.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so he's teaching everyone about that and everything else. Very
cool.
I talked to Erica today.
Yeah, we were talking about it. I haven't heard from him in like a week.
Yeah, Erica called me up.
Yeah, so he's doing all right. He's definitely hanging in there. Definitely doing better than what I would be doing. He doesn't deserve to be in there. I will say that.
Well, he's such a threat to society. It's just right that they lock him up.
Name of public safety, man.
Name of public
safety. You know what? I'm going to go off on a little tangent here about crimes and how they save the taxpayers a lot of money. Right. So the first thing I would do is anything without a victim go off the books. And also anything with prohibition, drugs, whatever, off the books. 55% of the prisons would be empty because 55% of the people in prisons are there for non-violent drug offenses.
Preach, brother.
So all those people would be gone. Boom. They would be out, they would have their life back, right? So that's what I do. Gun laws. Everyone, get rid of gun laws. We don't need gun laws. Get rid of them. So get rid of drug laws, gun laws, prostitution laws, whatever, because who cares, right? I mean, I'm not going to go to one, but if you want to do it, hey, man, more power to you. And if you do that, you would do a couple other things. First, you would majorly cut back on human trafficking because that wouldn't be necessary anymore. Then you would also put all the cartels out of business. Even though the cartels are moving into avocados, apparently.
You mean close the southern border so the cartels don't make money for acting as coyotes?
No, but they're also using avocados.
They are.
They have a big bit. The cartels are heavily invested in the avocado business.
I have a friend who's doing some augmented reality stuff on the side of the labels for their avocado packaging. dead serious. He said, "I'm pretty sure this is cartel money that they're paying me with." I said, "I'm pretty sure it is."
No, that's not an actual joke. I mean,
No, I know it's legitimate.
Avocados.
That's their money laundering. That's how they're laundering their money.
Because you remember that avocado commercial they had in the Super Bowl a couple years ago?
I don't.
The avocado. It was the avocado commercial in the Super Bowl that was about what was it, like the Avocado Growers Association or something? That was they actually were able to trace that back to cartels. So the cartels paid for an avocado commercial during the Super Bowl.
Nice.
Okay, we're getting back to where we're at. Then I would make it illegal for insider trading. That would be punishable by a minimum of 5 years in prison for members of Congress.
So you're talking about all of the Biden grandchildren, including the 6 or 7 that exist, depending on who's counting?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think you might get some pushback from members of Congress on that one. Just a hunch.
Well, what I think we should do, like there's like 3 proposals. One, this is my idea, completely authentic. I own the idea. All political anybody elected to an office should have a lie detecting shock collar.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Somebody said, just like NASCAR, they all should wear, suits, but with patches of who their sponsors are. Who contributed the money to their. The other thing, and I don't know if this is completely my idea, is we need to see their total net worth when they got elected, and then after how many years they're in office.
Yeah, have you seen Sotomayor? She had $200,000. She was worth $200,000, and she had the $35,000 in the bank when she became like a Supreme Court justice, and now she has over $20 billion in the bank.
God, two things with that. How is she in business for that long for herself, and she's only got 35 grand in the bank? That's probably the biggest embarrassment. But 20 million. What my favorite phrase that they like to use is public servant. I love that phrase.
Oh.
I absolutely love when they call themselves public servants. Like we're supposed to feel sorry for them. You're falling on your sword for me. You're a public servant. Oh, thank you. Shit.
So one car fast says, don't forget about Hunter's sugar mamas, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, General Dynamics, and big pharmaceutical companies. Which I think is funny for an inside joke reason.
So I'm just thinking about, Congress people and vacations. The actual last vacation I went on was with the 2 of you.
Yeah, here we go. Chris Remake thinks that they should give free samurai rights to Democrats.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. To tour the Titanic?
I'm like, is that a screen door? I'm like, oh, I get it. I mean, if you said submersible, I would have got it quicker because it'd be more appropriate. But,
So did y'all see where they said that it was the failure of the carbon fiber from having flexed a couple of times on the previous
Of course
trips?
it was.
Well, they were told that.
Of course it was.
There's another guy that does submersibles, and he's actually in the place I'm going to be next week. But he was talking about how he actually sent like multiple emails to this guy saying, he went down on the test dive. And he's like, this carbon fiber is flexing. It's becoming weaker. It's going to break. And the guy's like, no, we're monitoring it. He's like, no, when it fails, it's going to fail.
Right.
There's not going to be any like, oh, well, it's to the point of failure, so we got to stop using it. He's like, it's going to fail, and it's going. And they ignored him. And there was another guy that also said the same thing who worked for him, and they fired him.
Well, they didn't want any 50-year-old white guys that knew what they were doing on the job.
Yeah, because they wanted to be. What did they say? They wanted to be. What did they say?
So,
they wanted to be inspirational.
Yeah, so they hired TikTokers. So here's the thing. What you do is you have a miniature 50% structural model of the submarine in front of the main portal. And when that thing crushes, get the frick up. How about that?
Yep.
I don't think you would still have time.
Maybe you send it down about 200 feet ahead of you. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, you have a mini-me.
Right.
I mean, my airplane is built of foam and fiberglass like a surfboard. In each batch of resin, you keep the epoxy and you make sure it cures properly. And if you didn't mix it right and it didn't cure right, you got some work to do.
But don't these guys, and I think one of y'all even said that they were already warned, but don't they understand that carbon fiber, no matter how thick it is, can still flex, and it's not meant to flex?
Well, so I think the problem is not the carbon fiber. There's two materials, composites like carbon fiber, Kevlar composite, fiberglass composite, and wood are the only two materials that have no fatigue life. Meaning that if you don't bend to yield where the shape is permanently deformed, they'll flex back again. Metal actually has a fatigue life. If you keep bending it, but not bending it to where it deforms, it will break. What I think the problem was the interface between the carbon fiber and titanium vessel is that they're going to compress and move, and it's not going to be working as one component. And I think you had and again, I have zero experience with submarine submersibles, is that you're going to lose that bond between the carbon fiber and the titanium, because each time you cycle that, because you have materials that are going to compress at different rates.
Well, they said the carbon fiber actually broke down.
Yes, they said the carbon fiber, after so many uses, because of obviously the pressure inside and outside, depending on where it is, that it microscopically flexed enough to where it was starting to fatigue the actual carbon fiber, and it just shattered. It finally it gave. I mean, it's not meant to flex. I mean, just like what you said about bending stuff. I mean, that carbon fiber's not made for that.
Yeah, it was a I don't know. It wasn't a good thing. I'm not going to celebrate the
my understanding is the other thing about that design of a submersible is that the first time you use it, you can go to max depth. Next time, it's always a lesser depth, because the rating for the pressure downgrades each time you use it.
Yeah. Well, they weren't. That's correct, but they were not. They didn't take that into consideration.
Right.
Going down.
They were going back to the same place.
Rich, come on a PLA wants you to stop acting as a steamboat captain. I have no idea what that means, but I think that's pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The cigar shape was another problem. Because it's always been spherical, because the pressure is evenly distributed.
Right.
And so even a submarine, they have rings around it, basically like an I-beam donut around it, because a submarine is not spherical. A submarine is sausage shaped, but it has these structural rings that give it added integrity.
Yeah.
Whatever. And
it's also not a good thing.
I'm an advanced open water scuba diver. I probably have less than 24 hours submerged. I barely wreck dive. I'll swim around the outside of them. I am perfectly happy to control the sticks of the ROV that goes down and shoots video of the Titanic. Totally good with that. Do I need to be there? Frick no.
Yeah, I haven't wreck dived in a long time.
I would sooner ride a SpaceX capsule around the dark side of the moon than get in a submarine to go down to the Titanic. That's nope, not doing it.
It's actually safer to go up into space than it is to go down to the Titanic. That's not
It's
a
safer
joke.
to go to Mach 25.
Yeah, but that's not a joke either. It's 100% true. Now, all we need to do is convince Dettelbach to visit the Titanic. Let's start.
Well, that's just like killing dictators. Is you're not sure who's going to take their place.
Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not.
Sounds like a good idea.
I'm not talking about anything like that.
I forget everything I said about carbon fiber. I'd make another carbon fiber sub and offer free rides down there.
For ATF members?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go.
Has anyone dove on the Andrea Doria? No. No, lots of guys from my dive club when I was in New York used to go there, but yeah, no, I wouldn't go.
No, I mean I've done diving. The only wreck diving, the wreck diving I have done is down in the Caribbean.
Oh, that's cheating. That's like, you mean you can see greater than a foot? That's totally cheating.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a really cool thing that my uncle been trying to get me to go because he's like a big diver. And it is it is very interesting, and it's up in Canada, and it's a drift dive in this river. So you dive down to 50 feet in this river, and you just like drift.
Oh yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I've been wanting to try it, but just haven't had a chance.
So,
because my wife doesn't dive, my son Matthew is gonna dive. So.
Oh, cool. Well, you doing any diving on this trip, Crumpy?
No. I'm mostly doing like going to Aztec ruins.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Don't run up the stairs.
Yeah, they actually stop you now. You can't even go there. They got them all blocked off.
You'll see the video.
So,
I think it was last summer where somebody did that. Actually made it through, and they ran up there, and the locals beat the shit out of him when he made it to the bottom.
Yeah,
came back down.
Yeah.
Well, first off, the steps on the pyramid of Chichen Itza, you get like maybe 2/3 of your foot on as you're going up or down. I didn't have a problem going up the pyramid. Coming down, I went down on my ass. I was like, I have no problem with heights or jumping out of airplanes or anything like that. I got a problem with the edge. Like you put me, flips me out.
Hey, the cruise ship I'm going on, talking about heights, it's like the second largest cruise ship in the world, and they have a water park on there, and they have water slides that are like transparent that go out over the edge of the ship.
Oh, that's crazy.
Cool. So you're like in a transparent tube hang over the edge of the ship.
That's cool.
And then they have a walkway going off the back of the ship. And it's a glass walkway.
That's pretty cool.
So when you go up there, you walk on the glass walkway, and you're hanging off the back of the ship.
So are they going to let you take your submarine on the ship?
I hope they do. I mean, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to it. My wife and kids are looking forward to it. You know what Matthew's looking forward to mostly?
Room service?
The private butler. That's what he's looking forward to.
That's cool.
He thinks it's the coolest shit in the world to have a private butler.
If this was like my wife and daughter going on this trip, absolutely.
I can't believe I got it though.
So just in case you think Crump has a lot of money, yes, it's true, but he bid on like this massive upgrade.
Yeah, massive upgrade to like this where they actually sent me this thing. What newspaper would you like? How the fuck you getting a newspaper in the middle? But they also said like what would you like? What type of vodka do you want, and everything else like that to have in your room? What type of food do you like? but it's really cool. I bid like the bare minimum. I was like, you have a poor chance of winning this, and I won it.
Oh wow!
But it's like you have your own private butler. That's at your beck and call 24/7.
That's crazy.
Do you get to name him, or you have to use the one he's using?
Probably the one he's using. It's not like back in the old days where you can.
Oh,
never mind.
So you don't actually own this person, is what you're saying?
No, I would never ever.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm not implying that. I'm just saying it. So there are limits.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That's neat.
I'm jealous. I'm trying to sneak on board.
Yeah, but we got a multi-room suite. We actually have a full-size bathroom on a cruise ship, which is amazing.
Jeez.
Balcony. We get to go to a party. Once we get there, we can check in anytime we want, and the butler will greet you and walk you through the security line. And then we get a private tour of the ship where we get to meet the captain. And they have a private restaurant where you can eat anytime, and you can order off menu. So if you want something special, you can tell them, "Oh, I want this," and they will make sure that it's on the
filet mignon, lunch filet mignon, dinner filet mignon.
Right.
Well, you can do that. I mean, you could order like 15 filet mignons if you wanted. But yeah,
all right. I bought a cheap steak. It was only $50 at Costco. My family wouldn't even eat it.
What?
I sous vide it, cooked it on the grill, seared it on the grill. They're like, "No, this is awful. I'm not eating it." I'm like,
why didn't they like it?
One on it. They said it was chewy and tasteless.
No.
But then that describes filet mignon. No, filet mignon's not chewy, but
your butler of an ATF plan.
That's funny.
My butler would not be making it back. It would disappear on the ship.
You'd be swimming with the fishies.
So I don't worry with that.
If he starts asking you just
Paul,
like
was
random
this
questions
episode
about your FRT.
So, would you happen to have an FRT anywhere?
How about those FRTs, John?
John, are you going to give the butler a signed book, an autographed book?
No, my new book won't be up by the time.
Well, your old book.
The first draft is done. No, not the first draft. The final to final draft is done.
So once you get out into international waters, isn't the captain like the be all end all? So you could actually have a trial with an ATF agent on board and potentially.
Wow, Paul, I'm impressed with how your brain works.
I mean, couldn't you? By maritime law, I think you could, right? You could convict the guy.
Do you make him walk the plank?
Yes, right. Right. We haven't used this plank in 50 years.
I know how to do it.
Put some chum in the water.
To bait the ATF. Well, the ATF's watching this right now, so
of course
they watch everything we do. You know that. I mean, some of the stuff some of the stuff I said got brought up in court. Am I joking, Rich?
Question is, did you say it on a personal conversation on your own phone, or was it on YouTube?
No, it was on YouTube. Somebody didn't like me calling them evil.
That is correct. But if the foo shits, wear it.
Yeah, so I made an open reply to them.
By the way,
Hi, Laura. How you doing?
One of your viewers asked about the mystery box. That's actually something pretty cool. It's something that CMG is putting out. I think there's been some other versions of it before, but it's pretty cool. It's like you sign up for that particular tier level of box, and you can get certain things in it, but you don't know exactly what you're getting. But probably half the products in there go towards a particular build or something like that. So it's actually kind of cool. I mean, I'm waiting on them to put them on the website so that we can start pushing them. But that's my first box from them. They're a good partner of mine.
I need that.
Dude,
they're pretty cool.
I want to get some CMG mystery boxes.
They actually are smart about their t-shirts too. They make, some of the t-shirts suck, like a Gildan t-shirt. They're too thick and too, I don't know. It's not an easy t-shirt to wear. You know what I mean?
Because they cost like under $1 from
Right.
Alibaba.
I mean, this is probably a next level is probably what it is.
Is it made in Kansas?
The next
Is it made by a local company in Kansas?
I do not know that.
Where's CMMG? Is it Kansas or
Missouri?
Missouri.
Central Missouri Machine Gun is what CMMG stands for.
Really? I never knew that.
Yep, they're really a good company. I mean, very strong
really
second. They're good folks.
And what's the main guy's name? The guy that does all the PR. Is it Mike?
Mike. Yep.
Yeah.
Mike's a super guy.
Yeah, I've never really talked to them.
Yeah, good people.
Huh. You only shoot their guns at Iraq Veteran?
I don't own any CMMG stuff.
No, you know what? At the Iraq Veteran thing, I did not even shoot any of their guns. At the last Iraq Veteran, I don't think I shot any guns. I don't think I shot anything. I just visited everybody. I'm pretty sure I didn't shoot a thing there.
That's right.
Are you going, John? I know, Rich, you're planning to go, right?
Yeah, we'll be there.
I mean, let me know if y'all want to find a decent place over there again.
I got a place. You want to stay with us? You can.
If you let me pay.
Yeah.
And I'll cook breakfast again. I love cooking breakfast. I love breakfast food. I love a home cooked breakfast. I can't stand powdered eggs that are mixed in a bowl. I can't stand that kind of stuff.
All right, you're in. It's you, Rich. It's gonna be you, Rich, me, a Dark, and Joe. Even a Dark will probably cancel.
I will likely drive, so let me know when you guys are actually going there.
I'll be the Friday night before.
Friday night?
Dude, yeah, well, there's a Friday night dinner. The Friday night dinner is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think I've never been to the Friday night dinner. I've always driven in Friday. It's a 12-hour drive for me. But it's right on that threshold.
That's only 3 hours. Do you live 3 hours away from me? It's 9 hours for me.
What?
It's 9 hours for me to get there.
Say that again? Oh, okay. Yeah,
so for it to be 12 hours for you to get there, I'm like,
if I were to fly, I would probably it'd take almost. It's right on that threshold to where I probably save 2 hours if I flew, but it's not worth it. It's the rental car thing,
and renting a car and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how to talk my wife out of her car so I can use her self-driving car.
I'll probably, if you're bringing those, unless anybody has a van or something, I'll bring my bigger truck so that we could all ride. That way we're not having to take two vehicles if y'all want, once we go to the range that day.
Well,
that's cool.
I mean, we could sit 5 in there easily without, and then there's a bed for it. So
there's a bed? Oh, if I can take naps?
Actually, you probably could. I have one of those Diamondback covers that locks. It's actually a steel cover that covers the whole bed. You probably could sleep in there.
Dude, let's lock Rich in there.
You could do it.
And just
you really
all
you
day.
could do that.
Like, oh crap! Anybody seen Rich?
Get him some water. I think he's in the bed.
Right.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Like I said, I'm going.
It's a stupid amount of fun.
Well, good. I'll make plans.
Nice, cool. You guys were great house guests. You didn't mind my snoring.
I didn't hear your snoring. That's why.
Yeah, we got a house on the lake.
Okay.
With canoes.
All right.
Will there be a submarine?
There will not be a submarine. I can't figure out a way to get it from Delaware to.
Hey, see if they have if they've got like what we had at the gathering, if they have a barbecue pit that's functional.
They have a fire pit.
Because I mean, if I'm coming in from Louisiana, I could bring food in instead of us having to go shop for it and just have it in a cooler in the back.
Yeah, I'll take a look and see. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I got a video coming out next week, just to let you guys know. It is with my editor now. And it's on Kalashnikov.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So we're gonna have to see.
So I want
how
to say
that
hi
goes.
to Christy Turtel.
From the Heller Foundation. Everybody check out the Heller Foundation. Dick Heller is a friend
So-
of the show.
Well, we all like Dick.
All right.
All right. Thank you for watching. This
This was fun. This must be going into the next segment.
Flying Rich _official. Paul, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
You can follow Paul at Legally Armed America on YouTube. Anywhere else you want to plug? Buy Paul's book, by the way.
Nope, I'm good. Thank you guys for the visit. I enjoy hanging out with you guys.
And with that, we are out of here. I will see you guys in a little bit over a week. So, week and a half. See you guys then.
Enjoy it, man.